I can remember it was November 20th, 1985, we got our first weather computer, and it had animation of satellite imagery, which was never available before. And that night, the first thing I show on the computer is Hurricane Kate moving in toward Apalachicola, Florida. And the forecast was for it to turn to the right and come right over Savannah, which it did.
Almost 35 years later, the scientist, still giddy, describes the birth of computerized weather in Savannah like any proud parent.
Like technology continued to grow and grow and grow, and now we got this massive computer system, as you know, that doesn't even compare to that first weather computer.
But even before Pat arrived here, the Big Red 11 bought a radar.
It was an old AVQ-10 radar, but it was radar nonetheless because they got hurt bad by their lack of knowledge on Hurricane David in 1979. So the chief engineer at the time, LaVon Thompson, said, I am getting a radar. No questions of doubt, we're getting a radar for this station so that we'll know where that storm is the next time it comes.
Even with that local radar, the first half of the 80s, the weather team had to rely heavily on their artistic abilities.
Preparing, drawing the graphic, because that took a lot of time to prepare it. Now, the machine does it, and you get more time to think about the details of what you're talking about.
There was a wall with magnetic characters, and I drew my maps on that with little magnetic strips on there and so forth, and we're cool, warm, hot. Oh no, I ran out of 7, so I have to make this 70 or 86 instead of 87, you know, so forth and so on. And then I started drawing charts with pastel chalks.
Pat soon attended a weather convention where they presented weather graphics on a computer.
Wow, I would love to have this. That took about 3 years to convince the station to, purchase one of these. Matter of fact, I bought the first computer for the weather lab myself. It was a little Commodore
64. And then we built an old IBM XT class machine, and Pat Prokop created a lot of graphics with that, and I did a lot of the working on the computer to get things organized.
Don't think for a second these tech junkies are hoarding old parts and relishing the sounds of the 90s way of getting data.
Facsimile machine, and that printed the maps and so forth and satellite imagery. Well, that's all now history because the computers has replaced that and a fantastic job in replacing that.
One thing you just can't replace is the people.